I still believe, as crazy as it sounds, there could be some place for Dez to return to the Cowboys in a very limited role, in, dare I say, a humbled role, even after 2 years and an Achilles tear that cost him his shot with Sean Payton in New Orleans and Drew Brees, because they signed him 9 games into that season after he was cut, and you know what happened? 2 practices in, he tears his Achilles tendon. So I still believe Dez loves Dallas enough that if he would take another one of those bargain basement deals, that Jerry loves him enough. And apparently, I didn't know Dak even liked him. This was a big message sent from Dak Prescott, and he knows full well what will happen if you post a picture like this. He knew Dez was going to post it. That the message will be sent to Cowboy Nation, I'm still good with him. So could Dez come back and at least play a quasi Jason Witten role as the 3rd and 3 receiver, or the red zone receiver, the 3rd and goal from the 4 receiver, who might be able, with his big body, just to bounce somebody off like Jason used to do, sort of shield somebody off, wall somebody off, and make a big catch for 3 or 4 yards that would give you a first down or a touchdown. That's all I'm looking at here. And it seems like Jerry and Stephen Jones, and even now Dak Prescott, are open to that. What do you think of that role?
Skip. Dak said, Dez tweeted that photo out and we picked right up where we left off. Skip, let me refresh people how they left off. Skip, did you know Dak's last year with Dez was his worst in terms of completion percentage, yards per attempt, and interception? And it was his 2nd lowest QBR ever. That's picking up right where they left off. A lot of Dak's interception was because Dez was not getting separation, and he was forcing the ball to Dez because that's what Dez had to become accustomed to with Tony Romo. Because he wasn't technically sound, he couldn't get in and out of breaks, Skip. Just throw it up and I'll make a play for you. Well, in the process of doing that, Dak was putting the ball in harm's way, and it was getting intercepted, and everybody was looking at Dak crazy. Well, this is what Jason Garrett says. This is how Dez made his bones in the NFL. This is what I'm going to continue to do. Now, Skip, the guru, Will McClay, who's done the lion's share of the drafting, who's put this team together, this is what he said when they released Dez Bryant, and the reason for why they released Dez Bryant. He said it was his inability to win one-on-one and consistently win downfield. There were some other inconsistencies in his game. We felt best moving forward, it was to be without Dez Bryant. That's what Will McClay said 2 years ago, and before the Achilles injury. So let me process this. Let me try to visualize this. Dez has never been a burner. Dez has never been technically sound as far as route running. When we think of route running, we don't think of Dez Bryant. So 2 years, not a route runner, Achilles injury, and now he's going to come back. And he's talking about playing the role that ran McCobb. Skip, the things that separates the top 3 receivers, I like Julio, some people like Mike Thomas, some people like DeAndre Hopkins. They move left, right, slot, motion. When have you ever known Dez Bryant to play mainly the slot? Because that's what Rand McCobb did. Because that's the role he wants to fulfill. What has happened, Skip, is that Dez says, Jerry, you gave Jason Witten an opportunity to come back after being away. Give me that same opportunity. That's what this is about, Skip. See, Dez could not process. Dez could not, Skip, his heart was broken when the Cowboys moved on. That's why he turned down that 3 years, $21 million from the Ravens, because he could not get out of his mind. It was like, if I'm not in this blue and silver, if I don't have 88 and the star on my helmet, Skip, I'm not Dez. I'm nothing. And now he wants to come back. Skip, I wish him well. I just don't think it's going to turn out well for him.
Around, you can lose it really quick.
All right, big bro. Except the 30.
But I do have a hoop outside. I mess around on that. Bike rides. Yeah. Like I said, just been walking my dog. That's been my only exercise.
Great defense. Better offense.
Come on, man. Come on, Rook.
Watch out.
1.
Watch out.
might be some time we'll be playing again.
Doing workouts, push-ups, pull-ups on light poles, just all type of stuff just to stay busy.
Hopefully this will be all over soon. One thing about this country that we live in, we always find the answers.
The postpone can affect in a good and in a bad way, especially if it takes a long time to get back. So we can hope that this thing goes away as soon as possible and we get back to playing, hopefully as early as we can. But if we get back sooner, the better for us. Hopefully guys will be well rested at that point and hopefully still in good shape.
I say it's the perfect time for all of us to get to know each other even more. I think we live a pretty fast-paced lifestyle, and to lock us in the house for a month and have to sit down and talk to each other, I think is a blessing in disguise, despite all the bad that's going on in the world.
After the break, it's spicy.
Oh, you got a robe on. What are you doing? I don't know, bro. I was chilling, bro. I'm in my game room, bro. It be cool as hell. Funny? Huh? You got your jersey on? Hey, yo. Yo, you trying to hoop? What's up, bro? Let's hoop.
Hey, man. I was good for like the first 2 weeks, bro. Now I'm starting to get crazy, bro.
Yeah, you missing basketball?
What? It's just like simple stuff. It's like going to the gym.
All right.
Happy birthday to Pascal Siakam, the All-Star. He's 26. I remember 26. Dennis, he was named last year's most improved player, but somehow he's improved from being the most improved.
Well, Christian, this young man has put in the work. When you look at the numbers, they don't lie. 4, 7, 16 to 23, an all-star. So I take my hat off to Masai Ujiri, find this young man, understanding that I'm not going to give up on him early on in his career. He's put in the work. He's a two-way player. He can guard multiple positions on the defensive end. Let's remind people, a year ago we played with Kawhi Leonard. Nick Nurse would call plays for him with Kawhi on the floor. So it lets me know that the coaching staff has a lot of confidence in this young man. And like you said, happy birthday, Spicy P. Keep putting in work once we get back to basketball.
That's true. Well, as we continue to celebrate his birthday, we're going to rewind to December when he let our cameras in his house.
Hey, you know what? What? Hey,
let me explain.
Okay, go ahead.
I think that because I don't really stay here, I don't cook as much, so he doesn't really know to what extent, how good of a cook I am.
Hold on. Don't do that, James. Because I know your cooking skills, bro. We was like, I know the only thing you can cook.
It, bro.
Look, let me tell you. This is public service announcement, and this is it. The only thing this dude can make, which is probably going to be the best thing you're going to eat, is fried plantain.
Oh wow!
That's it. And he's good at it.
He's a master. He's a master. He's a master.
Yo, bro, he's good at it. Like I'm not even playing. I'm not even joking right now. Like this is not funny. Like this is real life. Like, he is amazing at it.
James I think when he comes in, that's when he
says this quarantine is not going to stop my summer body. I mean, look at this.
I love it. He's like, Daddy, I'm going to be in better shape than you one day. Come on out. Sit-up time. Yeah, sit-ups. Get it.
Yeah, this is a workout I can get behind. Yeah.
Yes, I can do that.
The one push-up, the maybe 2 or 3 sit-ups. Yeah. Elsewhere, oh, wow. Joe Johnson playing a game of, what is it? Is this unicorn ring toss?
That's what it is, Christian. If you have daughters at home, for all the guys, we understand what Joe Johnson's doing, keeping the daughter happy.
All the girl dads out there understand this photo well. Meanwhile,
yes, they do.
Bojan Bogdanovic tweeted something I felt deeply in my soul. He said, I think I need to be socially distanced from my refrigerator.
Yes. Boy, I understand how he feels, Chris, because every day it seems like either me or my kids are going to the kitchen. I'm like, wait a minute, it's not free food time. Get back to doing some schoolwork.
Right, all of a sudden, it's 7 or 8 meals a day. What happened here?
It's unbelievable. I think guys are so used to being in a routine, and now the routine has been, drastically changed. So we feel like we can just run to the refrigerator. But Kristen, when in doubt, when you're bored every hour, you cannot go to the store unless you really need something. You can't go anywhere, so you find yourself back in the kitchen.
6 to 8 feet away, people. 6 to 8 feet. CJ McCollum, meanwhile, continuing to give back, and this time donating $170,000 to both the Portland and Canton communities for COVID-19 relief.
Kristen, it's unbelievable. A lot of the guys in our NBA have done different things and reach in their pockets and give back. I think it's awesome. I think our fans understand that the players really care, because we know so much money being thrown around right now. So for CJ McCollum to reach in his pocket and 170,000 big ones, kudos to him.
I know there are no live games now, so we have to rewind to this date in NBA history if we want to see some NBA action. This time we're taking it to 2013. Carmelo Anthony, a 50-piece in a 102-90 win over the Miami Heat. He finished
50
18
burgers.
of 26 from the field. Whew.
Well, Kristen,
And
you know
not
there's a
an
lot of
easy
times when
Heat
guys go to
team to
Miami, we
beat.
talk about the South Beach flu.
Yeah.
Exactly. No South Beach flu
Right.
on this one for Carmelo.
Didn't have it this time.
He went straight to work.
Well, we're going to be with you guys Monday to Friday at 7 Eastern right here on NBA TV. And Dennis, you and I specifically, again, this same time tomorrow, right?
That's right. Same place, same time, same computer.
All right. Well, I will see you there. Thank you all for joining us right here on Game Time on NBA TV. For 3D, I'm Kristen.